Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order number 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Affairs on a matter of national concern regarding the loss of lives, injuries, and property destruction that was witnessed during the Gen Z-led and Sabasaba demonstrations on the 25th of June, 2025, and on the 7th of July, 2025, respectively. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1. What is the official government account of casualties indicating the specific number of police officers and members of the public who lost their lives or who sustained injuries during Gen Z-led and Sabasaba demonstrations of June 25th, 2025 and 7th of July, 2025. 2. The estimated value of private and public property and infrastructure that was vandalized or looted during the said demonstrations. 3. The total number of persons that were arrested and charged in connection with the demonstrations for alleged unlawful assembly, alleged incitement, and alleged destruction of property or other specified charges, as well as legal standing for the charges. 4. The initiatives by the government to support families of those who lost their lives or sustained injuries during those demonstrations, and to compensate individuals whose businesses or properties were vandalized, looted, including details on any ongoing programs for property recovery. And finally, Mr. Speaker, the assessment of the government on whether the demonstrations were organically mobilized by citizens or influenced by other actors, as well as the government's strategy to address the underlying causes of recurring demonstrations and to restore peace while upholding constitutional rights. I thank you.
Now, honorable senators, I will allow comments for 15 minutes. And therefore, if you get an opportunity to contribute, kindly keep it under 3 minutes. Senator Cherargei.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for this opportunity. One, I want to commend the statement by Senator Edwin Sifuna and say that there are many challenges, especially in stall projects. I want to challenge Committee on Devolution, Mr. Speaker, to give us an audit of all stall projects across the 47 counties, Mr. Speaker. As you are aware, Mr. Speaker, most of these challenges we are facing is that money has been spent and there are no projects. For example, in Nandi County, Mr. Speaker, when the Nandi County Assembly Ad hoc Committee sat, they found that 6 billion shillings had been spent, but none of the projects were feasible on the ground. And Mr. Speaker, the rampant one is the stall projects among the health sector, like Kapsengere Health Center in Aldai Sub-County, one in Kobujai Hospital near Kobujai Center, Mr. Speaker. Another one where I was in Friday is Chepterwai, Nyayo Ward, which is yet to be completed, among starters, including the Kapsabet counties. I want to request through you, in addition to this statement, that the Devolution Committee, Mr. Speaker, be able, Mr. Speaker, to give us an audit of all stall projects. Finally, Mr. Speaker, is on the issue that has been raised by the minority whip, Senator Kalwale, Mr. Speaker. He has asserted on the issue of demonstrations. Mr. Speaker, I agree that this issue of demonstrations must be dealt with family. While the Constitution allows Article 37 that all demonstrations must be peaceful and unarmed, What we have seen, Mr. Speaker, is criminality. We have seen hooligans, Mr. Speaker. Yesterday evening, I watched in one of the leading television a nice supermarket proprietor who was complaining in where, Mr. Speaker, where he has lost his property, Mr. Speaker. I agree with the DPP, Mr. Speaker, that all people who looted, burned police stations, burned courts, Mr. Speaker, block roads, rape, Mr. Speaker, they must be charged with domestic terrorism, Mr. Speaker, and even economic sabotage, Mr. Speaker. I agree with the DPP. And in fact, I want to request the judiciary, Mr. Speaker, to stop judicial activism, because we have seen cases where people have been charged with serious offenses of domestic terrorism, where they are being released through court orders or, Mr. Speaker. While I agree, most of these offenses are bailable, but to arrest anarchy, the judiciary must stop judicial activism, Mr. Speaker, and even declined to release most of these accused, Mr. Speaker, and let them stay in remand until their cases are heard and determined. That is the only way, because even judiciary should be careful. They are no longer safe. Even Kikuyu law courts was banned, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, I want to appeal to the most of the young people in conclusion, Mr. Speaker, that the government is doing a lot through President William Ruto. Mr. Speaker, we are now having Kazi Mtani and climate works, Mr. Speaker. I think we need to support so that we agree that young people have genuine concern.
Senator Faki.
Nitoe kauli yangu juu ya taarifa iliyoletwa bungeni na Senator wa Kakamega. Mheshimiwa Spika, ni kweli kwamba maandamano yaliyotokea hivi siku za karibuni yameweza kuleta hasara kubwa na maafa kwa Wakenya wengi, na ambao wengine ni wafanyabiashara ambao hawakuhusika kabisa na maafa hayo. Mheshimiwa Spika, maandamano yanaharibika wakati baadhi ya watu wanalipa watu ambao wanajifanya wao ni polisi, wanatembea na marungu na wanazunguka kujaribu kuzuia maandamano. Mheshimiwa Spika, wakati maandamano yametolewa taarifa, ni jukumu la polisi kuhakikisha kwamba
Honorable senators,
ile sehemu maandamano yale yatapitia kumewekwa usalama wa kutosha, na wale waandamanaji wanaandamana kulingana na vile ambavyo taarifa wametoa kwa polisi. Lakini Mheshimiwa Spika, maandamano yetu yanaharibika wakati kwanza polisi watapinga kuweko kwa maandamano, baadaye wanashirikiana na majambazi wengine kujaribu kuvuruga yale maandamano. Hapo ndio Mheshimiwa Spika, vurugu zinatokea na watu wanapoteza mali na vijana wapigwa risasi bila hatia yoyote. Mheshimiwa Spika, agizo la hivi karibuni kwamba watu wapigwe risasi kwa miguu ni agizo ambalo Mheshimiwa Spika ni hatari sana, kwa sababu hata kwenye mguu kuna viungo muhimu ambavyo ukiviathiri mtu yule anaweza kupoteza maisha. Mheshimiwa Spika, unaweza kupigwa risasi ya mguu, Mheshimiwa Spika, ukavuja damu kupita kiasi na ukapoteza maisha. Kwa Mheshimiwa Spika, kupiga kama vile mwenda zake Rex Masai alipigwa kwa mguu na akafariki, Mheshimiwa Spika. Kwa hivyo agizo la kupiga risasi, Mheshimiwa Spika, ni agizo ambalo ni hatari kwa vijana wetu. Mheshimiwa Spika, maandamano, wengi wanaandamana Mheshimiwa Spika, kikubwa nilichonacho labda ni simu zao, sababu wengi wanataka kuona ile action ya maandamano. Lakini swala la kuwapiga risasi, Mheshimiwa Spika, ni jambo ambalo halifai katika nchi yetu. Tunakiuka katiba yetu, tunakiuka haki za binadamu. Mheshimiwa Spika, asante kwa kunipa fursa hii.
Mr. Speaker, all of us should be able to adhere to the rule of law. The Constitution is clear. And wherever somebody offends the law, they should be able to face the law fairly so. Mr. Speaker, what we have seen now is unprecedented. It did not happen during the time of President Kibaki, nor did it happen during the time of President Uhuru. Ordinarily, the Public Order Act is very clear on what should happen on demonstrations. It amplifies, although it's an old act, Article 37 of the Constitution. And ordinarily, if a demonstration turns chaotic, a police officer, the rank of OCS, should be able to give a proclamation and give people time to clear. But unfortunately, because I've participated in this occasionally, it will always start with a bullet fired or a tear gas, and that's what will irritate the otherwise peaceful crowds, and also penetration by other people who are not part of the demonstrations. There are no regulations in relation to these. The regulations which are there were made by the Honorable Amos Wako over 20 years ago. They have expired. The minister in charge has not come to renew them through the Committee of Delegated Registration, although they have gotten a leeway of 2 years or so to do so, which now are expiring. So, Mr. Speaker, I really want to say that the order to shoot and kill is unlawful. The prosecution of peaceful demonstrators also in an anti-terrorism court is also unlawful. There is a lot of information from CCTV. The real criminals can be apprehended, but also those who send criminals to the streets should also face the law and should be apprehended. So, Mr. Speaker, really I want to condemn what has been happening, and I think the solution is not what we are looking for here. The solution, Mr. Speaker, is to change the government in 2027 and bring a government which can follow the rule of law. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator James Mrango.
Asante sana Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, ningetaka pia kusema kidogo kuhusu taarifa ambayo imeletwa na Senator Kakamega. Mr. Speaker, kuna mambo matatu ambayo yalitokea na lazima tuweze yote kuyang'amua. Ya kwanza ni kwamba kulikuwa na maandamano ya Gen Z, kulikuwa na wakora walioingilia maandamano ya Gen Z, na kuna wakora pia, na kuna wale ambao wengine wapita njia ambao walikuja kupata kufa na wako katika maandamano. Mr. Speaker, nasema hivyo kwa sababu kuanzia kesho nitakuwa tunaanza mashishi ya waine ambao waliuawa, na wengi wao wako na miaka 20, Mr. Speaker. Na wengi wao walipatikana na risasi wakiwa wengi manyumbani na wengine katika makazi yao. Mr. Speaker, kama viongozi ni vizuri pia tungamue mbivu na bichi. Na nimeona wengi wakisema kwamba watu wauliwe. Watu wanafaa kuwa sisi sote ni watarajiwa katika kifo. Na kuna miti na komaa mahali ya kutengeneza jeneza zetu wakati tutakapo kufa. Na kwa hivyo ni vibaya kati kiongozi kusimama na kusema watu wauliwe. Kwa nini nasema hivyo? Hizo, Mheshimiwa Speaker, ni kama hile inaitwa ila ya kwapa kunuka pasipo kidonda. Unapata watu wanafikiria wale wanauliwa ni wale, lakini sio sisi. Mr. Speaker, katika waini ambao nimetanja hapa, na ndio vizuri report tuweze kuletewa hapa. Moja, tumeshinda siku nzima tukitafuta cheti ya umbi ili aweze kufanywa upasuaji hauliwe. Alikuwa anafanya kazi katika Saimba. Lakini wale wote walio sijasikia mtoto wa kiongozi ambaye ameuliwa na bunduki, Mr. Speaker. Chambilecho kwamba kuku wa maskini atagi na akitaka angui na akiangua vifaranga uliwa na mwewe. Sasa wale maskini vifaranga vyao ndio vimeenda. Tungeomba kwamba tuwe kimya na tusiongee maneno mengine ya kuudhi ili tuweze kuwafanya waomboleze na kuzikana kwa amani, Mr. Speaker. Lakini Mr. Speaker, tumepewa leo kisu, tunanoa msumeno. Tuchunge isije ile msumeno ndio itakuja kukata msitu tunaojificha na kuachwa uchi. Mr. Speaker, anayeogelea baharini kwa kutegemea mawimbi, wakati anaposhuka akiwa hana nguo, uchi wake huonekana mchana peupe. Kwa hivyo ni vizuri tuchunge maneno tunayosema, wakora washikwe, wenye waliharibu mali na kuimba vitu na kuvunja mali ya umma, hiyo naunga mkono kabisa. Lakini pia waliouliwa pasipo sababu, familia siweze pia kupewa ridhaa ili waweze kutulia na waweze kuendelea na maisha ya hata kama tuweze rudisha uhai wao. Asante sana, Mr. Speaker.
The freedom in Article 37 of our Constitution is actually getting out of hand. And the exchanges we have make it look as if demonstration is a matter of the police versus the people. Mr. Speaker, Article 37 is an important right that is supposed to be supported by all. It was intended to facilitate the peaceful movement of people protesting an issue, people who are unarmed, and people who would be supported in terms of security by the police to be able to move to take their petitions to wherever they want to take these petitions. Mr. Speaker, what happened on 25th June and 7th July is a terrifying issue. Mr. Speaker, we saw excesses by the police, but we also saw excesses by the ordinary people. And the conversation we have, I plead, and I'm glad Senator Murango put it well, this is not quite a matter of who is supporting government and who is not supporting government. I think everybody from both aisles or from whatever political persuasion you come from should see the wrong in excessive use of forces by the police. We should also be able to see the wrong in the incitement and arming of young people and getting them to destroy property. So whoever organized goons, whether it was whatever political persuasion they came from, is wrong to have done what they did. We need as a house to be able to hopefully get back the country to understand that in Article 37 there is a right. But for all those who are involved, the police, the demonstrators, they also have individual rights, none being more superior than the other. That we need to move to a level where we respect this. Honorable Speaker, it is my hope that the Committee on Security will objectively look at this issue, will help us as a country to be able to call out those who fell short of the standard, regardless of whether they belong to government or not, and will help us to bounce back on the track of what was intended when we as the people of Kenya put Article 37 within the Constitution. Allow me also to support Senator Faki on his statement. It is my view that our local carrier is actually becoming so expensive that you wonder when you buy a ticket, a KQ ticket, to Mombasa, even to Kisumu, you might as well be buying a ticket on another airline to go to Uganda or to go to West Africa.
Senator Kisang.
Sababu ya mambo ya kupiga watu risasi. Bwana Spika, hakuna katika sheria za Kenya zinazompatia waziri ama zinazompatia rais ruhusa ya kupeana ili Mkenya apigwe risasi. Ni jambo la kusikitisha, na matamshi kama haya yanatakana kuzuiliwa. Matamshi kama haya ambayo hayana support ama hayaungwi mkono na katiba ni kinyume cha sheria. Bwana Spika, utaona ya kwamba ukitoa amri ya kwamba
Senator Kinyua.
Asante Bi Spika kunipa fursa hii. Kuanzia mwanzo nataka kuunga mkono taarifa iliyoletwa na Senator Boni kuhusu maandamano. Bi Spika, katika kipengee cha 37 kinakubali maandamano ya amani, na hiyo inakubalika Bi Spika, lakini inavunja moyo sana Bi Spika ukiona watu wanaandamana, wengine wanaandamana kwa amani, ilhali unapata kuna wale wahuni. Lakini kile kinavunja moyo sana ukitembea Nanyuki, kwa sababu kulikuwa na yale maandamano ya Sabasaba. Kuna msichana wa miaka 24 ambaye anaitwa Julia Njoki. Ndiyo alishikwa, akapelekwa kotini na akahukumiwa. Lakini baada ya hapo unapata kwa njia isiyojulikana alikufia katika mahakama, alikufia katika seli zetu Bi Spika. Hili jambo linavunja moyo sana ikiwa hautapigwa risasi, kwa sababu tayari kumesemekana ya kwamba kuna ile kuna ile taarifa inasema ya kwamba Wakenya wapigwe risasi, na ukiangalia katiba ya Kenya inasema serikali kazi yake kuu ni kulinda mali na maisha ya wananchi. Na hata ijapokuwa Speaker, kwa sababu ndio kuna wale ambao ni wahuni ambao tayari wanaingilia katika ile maandamano na kuleta vurugu, kuibia wananchi na kuwadhulumu ama na kuwaumiza wale wananchi, kuna mfuatilio ambao unapaswa kufuatwa, washikwe wapelekwe kotini na wahukumiwe Speaker, kwa sababu katika sheria zetu zinasema ya kwamba wewe unaonekana kwamba bado haujafanya kosa ni mpaka upelekwe kotini na wanasheria wafanye kazi yao Speaker. Si Julian Njoki peke yake Speaker. Kijana wa kidato cha 3 ambaye anaitwa Thomas Gashwara alipigwa risasi na kuuawa Sabasaba Speaker. Unajiuliza kijana kama yule anaweza kuwa amebeba nini ama anaweza kufanya nini? Kwa hivyo hii mambo ya kuwashambulia watu wakiwa kwa maandamano Speaker, ilhali unaona wale wahuni wanaendelea kufanya kazi yao bila ya kuonekana wakiwa na mtu yote ambaye anawasimamisha. Speaker, jana niliangalia nikaona ya kwamba nyanyake Julian Njoki ni mama mkongwe, hata yeye alikuwa akipigwa na tear gas akitetea haki ya mjukuu wake, na baba ya mtoto huyu ndiye chifu wa sehemu hiyo, bwana Martin Kariuki Rienye Speaker. Kwa hivyo unaona hiyo inamvunja hata mfanyikazi wa serikali, anavunjwa moyo na hawa maafisa wa usalama ambao wanapenda kupiga watu risasi Speaker. Kwa hivyo hili ni jambo ambalo halipaswi kukubalika. Kamati ambayo inahusika, kamati ya usalama, wanapaswa waangalie haya mambo kwa undani, waweze kujua haya maandamano Speaker, wahuni ni akina nani, wale ambao wanafanya, wale ambao wamekuja kuleta dua zao, kuna wale ambao wamekuja.
I also rise to support the statement by the Senator for Kakamega, Madam Speaker, regarding demonstrations and the resultant killings and destruction of property. And Madam Speaker, we must start by saying that it is the right of every Kenyan, when they have a reason to demonstrate peaceably and unarmed. That is a right that cannot be taken away from Kenyans, Madam Speaker. The other thing that concerns me as a person is that no one is addressing the causes of these particular demonstrations. We have had young people demonstrating, and they have grievances against the government. And government has not even made an attempt at resolving or at addressing these grievances. It is time, Madam Speaker, that the government of Kenya starts addressing the root cause of these demos and not just demonizing those that demonstrate, Mr. Speaker. I must also express my very deep, I should call it embarrassment that, Madam Speaker, the head of state can address this issue without first giving a message of condolences or passing a message of condolences to those who have lost loved ones, especially through a police bullet, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, even as we discuss this matter, we must say and be very categorical that it is true anyone who destroys life or property must be made to face the law. But, Madam Speaker, we cannot apply the law selectively. And I say this because, Madam Speaker, there are some youths now charged under the Terrorism Act, supposedly for touching the police station in Kikuyu, Madam Speaker. While another police station was touched in Mawego Police Station, Madam Speaker, in Homa Bay County. The youths that were that perpetrated that, none of them has been charged under the Terrorism Act, Madam Speaker. So the law must be applied equally, Madam Speaker. We cannot have youth from a particular region being charged under the Terrorism Act, while, Madam Speaker, there are youth from another region that, Madam Speaker, are charged under a different
Cherarke, what's your
regime.
point of order?
Madam Speaker, I raise understanding order 105 on the issue of accuracy of statement and facts. And then Madam Speaker, I needed the senator is out of order. Because under this constitution, under article on the director of public prosecution is an independent office.
Senator Cherarke, what is your point of order?
My point of order, Madam Speaker, is for the senator to allege that the government is charging youth from one particular region with terrorism, yet he knows under the constitution the office of the director of public prosecution is an independent office.
Senator Cherarke, what is the contradiction? He said youth from one side are charged with a different offense from youth from another. What is your point of order?
My point of order, Madam Speaker, is insinuating that the government is charging, yet it is the DPP who does the charge of suspects.
Senator Cherarke, I think your point of order is not clear, so Senator Newto, proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And it is important that when we address issues in this House, that, Madam Speaker, we do not speak for the gallery to please somebody from somewhere, that even the points of order that we raise are substantive, that we do not just stand up and raise points of orders to please a particular being somewhere. Madam Speaker, having said that, I want to say, Madam Speaker, that we cannot be blaming people.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I am presuming that you have granted me the floor to also... Thank you very much. I equally want to support the statement by Senator Boni Halwale on the consequences of what was initially meant to be a very constitutionally protected right under Article 37 of the Constitution to demonstrate, to picket, and to present petitions, which, Madam Speaker, unfortunately turned out to be a destructive experience which this country has previously not experienced. Madam Speaker, the statement, whereas it is seeking, which I believe once it's committed to the committee, will seek to establish certain actions the government intends to do or has done, and also statistics on what the consequences became of those demonstrations, will again, Madam Speaker, seek to establish beyond the statement, because whereas Article 37, as everyone else has said, entitles one to freely demonstrate and picket and present petitions, it equally gives that particular person a mandate and obligation in law to ensure that other people's rights, which are protected by the same constitution, are not affected. Madam Speaker, this corresponding right has completely been thrown into the docks. When you look at what transpired on the demonstrations of 25th and the ones on Sabasaba, Madam Speaker, did not in any way resonate well with what the law requires of those organizers of the demonstrations, as well as those who participated in the demonstrations on that particular day. For instance, Madam Speaker, when you look at Sabasaba, that is something that we have for a very long time, since the 90s, before a good number of us were born, we have commemorated the day called Sabasaba. And during all those demonstrations and commemorations, we have not experienced the destructions of public property, private property, the killings of innocent Kenyans and people who were not participating in the process before. For all this period, Madam Speaker, the commemoration equally has been confined to one rallying code that required of that particular day to remember those who fought for this country to get multi-party democracy. Unfortunately, Madam Speaker, it was hijacked by the political class, hijacked by those who were keen on destroying, stealing, and killing. The statistics, Madam Speaker, today, which the Ministry of Interior provided as to the